Why isn't going no contact working for you? That is, your person broke up with you and you stopped chasing them, you stopped messaging them, and it's been a while now, but for some reason they haven't come back and you're wondering is your situation just an outlier? Like, what's going on with this? So let's discuss the possibilities. So first off, however long you guys were together, that person has a perception of you based upon experience. So whatever the reason was why they left you, they were convinced that it was a sufficient reason. And so it's going to take time and space away from that person for them to sort of forget about the bad things of the past and realize that you're independent and self-sufficient and okay on your own and even probably living your best life, okay? Because, up to this point, they were convinced by potentially even years of exposure to you that was not the case. Now, another possible reason is that they met somebody new, okay? Does that mean that it's going to be the next love of their life and they're going to be married with that person and forget all about you? Not necessarily. New people make mistakes. And new people, chase too hard sometimes and they drive people away and they say something dumb and lose attraction with the person. And that could be a possibility, right? So even if they found somebody new, it's not necessarily the end of the world, especially because they have an existing emotional connection and history with you. Now, another possibility is that you're making mistakes within no contact. Like maybe you say that you're in no contact, but you've actually liked their post on Facebook. You say that you're in no contact, but you're secretly talking to her mom or her friend or something about her. These are breaks in no contact, right? You're making mistakes. And with every mistake that you do, it resets the clock for the time period that's necessary away from that person for attraction to creep back into place. So at the end of the day, they need time to forget about the bad stuff. They need time to be convinced that there's good stuff going on in your life. It could be that they met somebody else, but again, that's not the end of the world. Or you could be making mistakes, in which case it's going to take you longer than expected. Now, it is possible that somebody could have made a firm decision that you guys are just incompatible. This does happen sometimes. It's not very common where somebody just totally closed the book on somebody and is unwilling to interact with them whatsoever. But it could happen. And yes, they could meet the next level of their life. And these are things that happen during breakups sometimes. It could happen. But by and large, every day that you're in no contact, you are creating a tension there for that person if there's any draw whatsoever. And eventually, in human nature, we are going to react to that tension and want to release it by reaching out to that person that we're now so curious about, as far as what they're up to goes, because we haven't heard from them. Now, if you want to call me and talk about your situation, you can click into my profile. There's a link in there, and you can book a call with me, and we'll have an hour-long phone conversation about the specifics of what you're dealing with, and I'll give you advice on how to move forward.